Fall everything is just coming out left and right, and that has inspired me to make a fall inspired coffee drink today. I'm craving something along the line of pumpkin pie. If you ever had the Starbucks brown sugar oat milk shaken espresso, I'm kind of wanting to go off of that vibe. We're gonna start with our syrup, like our base flavor. What you're gonna need is some brown sugar, water, vanilla extract, pumpkin puree, and pumpkin spice or cinnamon. Now I'm going to be making a larger quantity of this syrup. Pretty much you are going to be wanting to do 1 part sugar to 1 part water. We want to stir this until completely combined and bring it to a boil, reduce to a simmer, and probably cook it for maybe like less than 5 minutes because we don't want it too thick. We're not trying to turn it into a caramel, just like a simple syrup. While we're having that heat, I am going to add some vanilla extract. I would say about a teaspoon of that, and I'm gonna add some pumpkin spice, or you could use cinnamon. I would say about a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons of that, depending on how strong you want the cinnamon or the pumpkin spice flavoring. Just to try it, because I feel like I kind of want to cook down that pumpkin as well. I was going to add it after this was done simmering for a few minutes. We're going to go ahead and do 4 tablespoons of the pumpkin puree. Go ahead and try to get all of that pumpkin incorporated. I tasted it after everything was incorporated, and I'm actually gonna add another tablespoon of the pumpkin puree. And I'm gonna add a dash of salt just to bring the flavors out a little bit more. So I ended up tasting it with the 6 tablespoons, and I tasted it with the 7 tablespoons of the pumpkin puree. With the 6 tablespoons, it gives you that really subtle pumpkin flavor. In the 7 tablespoons, you could definitely taste the pumpkin flavor way more. So if you are looking for a more pumpkin-y flavor, then I would go with the 7. If you're looking just for a little subtle hint of it, then go with the 6. I already have my espresso shots brewed. I am going to do 2 shots to each drink. You could do 2 to 3 shots or add in a coffee or even a cold brew, whatever you would like. Now you cannot have a shaken espresso unless it's shaken. Okay, so I got my ice and my little mixer thing. I'm gonna go ahead and add my espresso to it. Once again, this is for 2, so we have 2 double shots. Let's do 4 tablespoons because I don't like mine too sweet. Give that a shake. Now we're going to do a cold foam. I use a French press and just do it. I have no idea how well the oat milk that I have will foam up, but hopefully it does. I am like so excited. You can definitely see the brown sugar coating at the top, at the bottom, and then you got your cold foam at the top. I want pure reaction. He's tired, so stir it.
That's really good. A little bit of pumpkin.
You can taste the pumpkin?
Yeah, I can taste just like the perfect amount. Not too sweet, but you got the perfect hit of the pumpkin. Oh yeah.
The perfect hit of the pumpkin.
I'm taking this now.
I do want to put out that you might want to add more water to it because the pumpkin puree thickened mine up quite a bit, so I did have to hand blend it really well. I'm gonna update the recipe tomorrow. Okay, so it is the next day and my goal was to adjust the base. I wanted it to be a syrup, and adding the pumpkin puree turned it more into like a jelly. Like if you've ever made actual pumpkin pie, it's a little bit thinner than that texture. I've decided that I'm not going to fix that. I'm going to leave it. I was going to add some water to try to dilute it and just make it more of like a syrup. I don't really want to dilute it anymore, but I think that going with a pumpkin cold foam topping like they do at Starbucks would be delicious for this drink. So you got your main coffee drink, which will be like the pumpkin pie spice flavoring, and then we're gonna do a pumpkin cold foam on top just to add more of a pumpkin pie flavoring. So you can have this either way and they'll both be really great drinks. I have my milk. I'm gonna get out a cup just so I can tell you how much exactly I am using. I am making this for 2 people, so 2 drinks. I have 1.5 cups, and I'm gonna blend that up so I have it in my little blender. I'm gonna add 4 tablespoons of the pumpkin puree. We got our sugar. I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of sugar. And if I had more vanilla extract, I would add a teaspoon to this as well. We're gonna go ahead and blend this up. For the cold foam, I am going to pop that in the freezer and then try reblending it because my blender does kind of heat it up. Now we have the pumpkin cold foam. It's not as frothy as I would like. I did cool it and then blend it. I really wish that I did have a hand frother so I could like control the foam, or I would have even put it in my cold press to do it, but I just didn't feel like cleaning it. Okay, topping it with the pumpkin cold foam has just like up-leveled this coffee completely. So if you want like a pumpkin pie, pumpkin spice flavor fall drink, I would definitely recommend drinking this because it is so good. It's creamy. It's not too sweet to where all you taste is sugar. You can actually taste the notes of the pumpkin spice along with the pumpkin, and you can still taste the coffee with that like sweetness as well. This is so good. So there you have it, a pumpkin pie shaken espresso topped with pumpkin cold foam. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked today's video, then please give it a thumbs up. And if you do want to see more, then please subscribe. And hopefully I'll see you around for my next video.